This video is brought to you by the FarmerKlein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Farming Simulator 22 Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Rehdornheim. But before that, this video is brought to you by Farm Cat Jenkins. Thank you for being a farm baron. So the Rehdornheim map can be found over at the FarmingSimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Let me read you a little bit of the description. Welcome to Rehdornheim. This map contains 87 fields, 60 plots, 17 forests, 2 courtyards, vehicle dealer, 3 points of sale, 8 production points, cattle dealer. We also have chickens, pigs, and cows available on the map, a rock crusher. There are also custom sacks of chicken, cow, and sheep feed, as well as seed and fertilizer. This map is making use of the Holt by the Rune collectibles, and it also does have a custom soil map. In addition to that, we do have 6 required mods. Those 6 required mods are the Bunker Silo Newfangled. We have Cowshed Pack, the Diesel Pack, or Diesel Pallet, the Dutch Shed Pack. We also have the Pig Shed, as well as the Storage Pallets. In addition to those required mods, we are going to also use the mods we typically use when we take a look at maps. They are additional field info, additional game settings, field lease, field calculator, and precision farming. I will tell you, if you load this map up in a farm manager mode or start from scratch, you will find that the main farm is built out exactly how you're going to see it here in new farmer mode, including the fact that it does have starting machinery. The only difference between new farmer mode and the alternate game modes is going to be your bank balance and the fact that you do not own any land in those alternate play modes. Here we are, and when we load into the map, we are kind of in town, and this is our farmhouse. And then behind our pickup truck, you're going to find that we also have little bags of fertilizer and seed here that we can make use of. So by all means, make use of this free seed and fertilizer. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. And one thing you're going to note is this looks like it might be a full-size map, but nope. We still have further ways to zoom out. I'm going to say this map is probably about 60% a standard size map. We do have all the standard crop types available to us in Farm Sim 22 available on the map. And if we take a look at our lands area, you will see that we start out by owning farmland ID number 2. This is the main starting farm. This farm has 2 cow areas. It can be bought for $326,000 in one of the alternate play modes. We also have farmland ID 30, 56, and 87. Those are all 3 fields. We also own farmland ID 81 up here, and this is going to be our farmhouse. Farmland ID 3 is going to be a pig farm that we can buy for $339,000, and farmland ID 42 is where a large chicken building is located. That can be bought for $42,864. Now, we do have the ability to buy the town and most of the sell points, as well as some of the road networks. That can be bought for a whopping $0 and is going to be farmland ID 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at our farmland lease screen. The farmland lease screen is going to show us all of the buyable farmlands, how large those farmlands are, if those farmlands include any field or fields, which is included, and then ultimately how much is any one given piece of farmland going to cost us. We're then going to be able to cross-reference the fields that we see listed here in the farmland lease screen with the field calculator screen, which we are about to go look at, and then see what it's going to cost us to buy any one field. Taking a look at our field calculator screen, you will see that most of these fields range anywhere between 1 hectare or less. There are a few fields that are larger than 1 hectare, but overall the vast majority is 1 or less. Let's take a look and see how that custom soil map is being applied to these fields. As you can see, the custom soil map is predominantly loam and loamy sand. We do have pockets of sandy loam scattered around and very small pockets of silty clay. We got a little bit of silty clay at field 6, as well as field 17, 20, 29, 40, and 39. Taking a look at our crop counter, we do have the standard base game crop counter available on this map. And looking at our prices screen, we do indeed have the ability to sell all of our base game crops in Farm Sim 22 on this map. We also have the ability to sell our eggs, wool, and milk, as well as our silage, hay, straw, and grass. We continue the trend as we move down through our production items because we do indeed have the ability to sell all of the production items available here on Farm Sim 22. We do not have the ability to buy bulk lime, at least not according to this screen, but we do have the ability to sell lime. We also do have the ability to sell our stones at the debris crusher. And then if you are wanting to use the platinum expansion production items, we will need to put down your own sell point for those because we do not have a sell point for any of the platinum expansion production items. But what we do have is a way to sell our separated manure. Take a look at our vehicle overview screen. You can see all the equipment is owned. None of it is leased, and it is all well maintained. We do start out with 20 cows at the main starting farm. If we buy the chicken farm, we will have 61 chickens. And if we buy the pig farm, we will have 20 pigs as well. This map does have contracts available. We do not own any production chains at the start. And as I said, we do have the 20 Halt Belarun collectibles. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting fleet. We start out with the Kloss Arion 650 small tractor, as well as the Massey Ferguson 5S145. We have our Dutz Far Topliner 4090H grain harvester with the grain header, as well as the header trailer. We have our 1986 pickup truck. We have a pair of Welger DK115 trailers. We have the Agrimaz POV5XL plow. We also have a Horsch Torino 3FX cultivator. We have a Kuhn HR 4040 DS Power Harrow that is paired up then with the Venta 4030 DS Seeder. Now note, these are modded variants of these particular implements. We do have some custom implements on this map. We also have the Falcon 3 planter. We have the F240 3-point hitch front mower, as well as the Pottinger Boss Alpine 251 forage wagon. We have the RA142 TMR mixer. And then we've got a rather large set of front loader arms in the Q7M, giving the size of our starting fleet. And we have the pallet forks for that. We've got an 1,800 to 1,500 and 650 kilogram front weight. We got the Amazon T-Pack U. This is going to aid us with respect to compacting silage. And then we have a pair of fillable metal boxes. Take a look at our mods and DLCs page. You will see that we do have diesel pallets and storage pallets. Those, again, are part of the 6 required mods that are listed on the website. But we also have some modified implements that are available with this map. In fact, we have the pair of Amazon fertilizer spreaders that have been modded to accept lime. We have the Lizard MKS8DS water tanker that has been modified to accept larger capacities. Then we have our Power Harrow or Seeders, and they have been likely modified to have higher storage capacity and or greater working speed. We've got a set of front buckets that have also been modified with additional capacities. And then we have our mineral feed, seed, solid fertilizer, chicken feed, TMR, and hay bags. And then we can optional have a round or square bale of total mixed rations. I'm just going to quickly tab over to the main starting farm here. And here at the main starting farm, we do have the ability to sell most, but not all of our starting vehicles, of our starting buildings. The things that we cannot sell are we cannot sell these 2 silage bunkers for whatever reason. That seems to be a trend. And then we also cannot sell the stone wall, nor can we sell the fence. There's a fence at the front and rear entrance of the starting farm. Those things are permanently a part of the map. This farm does include bale and pallet storage, located right here. One of our cow buildings is also located right next to that. There we have our slurry pickup point. We have our animal trigger. We can put 70 cows in this particular building. There are food and straw trough here inside. And on this side of the building, we do have a milk trigger. You see directly in front of us our second cow building. This is where we have our 20 starting cows. Some more storage. And here we're going to find those fillable boxes full of total mixed rations. Big shed for our implement storage. The vehicle shed over here has a maintenance trigger. We also have a fuel tank. We have our food and straw here in the middle. Our milk trigger. Our slurry point, and then we have the trigger for the 20 cows that are available here. 140 in this particular building. Let's go ahead and take a look at our build mode. We do have some required mods, and they are going to show up here in the build mode. We have the Dutch shed pack. Under our silos, we have then a bale and pallet storage. We have the newfangled bunker silo, and then we have a modified base game silo that's going to be set up to hold 200 million liters worth of product. Got fairly standard silo extension containers, tools, and farmhouses. Under production, we do have pumps and hoses items, fairly all standard there. We do have some modified animal buildings that are part, again, of the required mods pack, and the cow shed pack, the pig shed pack. And then as far as paintable textures, we have quite a few of paintable textures. So we have grass. We have a plowed field. We have a cultivated field. We have concrete. Another flavor of concrete. There's stamped concrete. More concrete. We have kind of pavers of various varieties. Rock. Granite. Concrete. Animal mud. Asphalt. More concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, and gravel. Fairly standard tree setup. I believe these are breaking over the trees from both maps. And then we have a whole heck of a lot of paintable bushes and shrubs. So given the number of paintable bushes and shrubs, we're just going to start here with the modified ones. So we have bush, another bush, some more shrubbery. Then we have our big branches. We have our maple leaves, flight cap, so mushrooms, foliage, thimbleberry, singing needle, maiden fern, small stones, medium stones, right? Then we're going to have, obviously, large stones off of this, small dense mix, grass small, grass medium, grass long dry, grass tall weed, apera, small rumex, tall white weed. Here are some. And yeah. Hop beaver, road, yeah, okay, that. A lot of paintable plant and ground textures. So this one is the flat 2D image. This one is also a flat 2D image. That one I can't tell. This one is using the new texturing, as is that one. These obviously are but man, talk about all of these paintable options. You can really go to town with creating and decorating your areas however you should wish. Just a little bit of a disappointment because we can't get rid of the silage bunkers here at the main farm or the brick walls at any of the farming areas. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of altitude. And we'll take a little bit of a look around. Right now we are looking south. Directly south of the main starting farm is our dealer shop. We're going to conclude our tour down there. You kind of get a gist for how small this map is once you get a bit of an aerial view going on here. Make our way up here to kind of the northern town. We have our animal dealer below. We have our sawmill. Our grocery sell point. We have our fuel point. Our bakery. Sorry, that's our dairy. We have our sugar mill. The sell point. We have our oil mill. We have our flour mill. We have our bakery. So with respect to productions that are here on this map, we have a sawmill, a bakery, a dairy, a sugar mill, spinnery, a Tailor, oil mill, cereal mill, and a grain mill. Here we have the pig farm. And we're going to buy the pig farm here in a little bit so that the triggers are going to show up. We have our stone crusher. We have our spinnery over here to our left. And then to our right, we have the chicken area. To our right, once again, we have our main starting farm. And then again, we're going to make our way over here to the vehicle dealer. We're going to get on with our drive around portion of the video. Then here we have our shop trigger. Off to the side, we have our vehicle customize, sell, repaint, and repair dealer trigger. We've got a decent area here for our machinery to spawn in at. We've got a fairly decent exit here, so we could leave this dealer with fairly large machinery. Now, I don't know how wise that would be, given the fact that the fields are not all that big to begin with. But if we wanted to, we could leave the dealer here with some pretty large machines. The map is not all flat. We do have some gentle undulations of the soil. Make our way over here to the southeast corner of the map. This is where we're going to find our stone crusher. So really well done. Like the guardrails here on either side of the stone crusher. Those storage containers are hiding the exit. Let's go here and check out the pig farm. Inside here we have one of the modified silos. We have our dump point and our fill point. Large storage shed for our vehicles and machinery. We have a fuel point. The same building that was over at the main starting farm with our repair trigger. Maintenance. We have our food trough. We have our buy pigs. 250 pigs in each building. We have our slurry point. We have the other pig area, and this area already includes 20 pigs and 170 pigs in here. We have our food and our slurry. Then we have our bale storage around the back. Now, with respect to this farm and can you sell all of the buildings? Yes, you can. So if you want to do a complete wipe of farm area, this is going to be the starting farm area you're going to want. The only thing you're going to be stuck with after you do this is you're going to be stuck with the fence and the wall that perimeters the area. So with respect to our scoring, we're going to be giving the map a full point on production being built in or areas set aside for such. We're also going to be giving the map a full point with respect to the ability to sell all of our animal outputs, production items, and base game crops. We're going to be giving the map 3/4 of a point with respect to being able to sell and customize the main farm and all the other farm areas, because we do have those two silage bunkers at the main farm that we cannot get rid of. Then we also have the walls and the fences at all of the other farm areas that we cannot get rid of. So here we have our bakery. Standard FS22 bakery. So we have our interactive icon and our dump points around the back. And then we have our production row, if you will. And here at production row, we have our cereal factory. Once again, fairly standard FS22 items. Maintenance, trigger, dump, and fill point all right there. We have our oil mill. Interactive icon on the side, dump, and a pallet spawn point. We have our grain mill, so we have our dump point. We have our interactive icon. And we have our pallet spawn point back here at the gate. Here we have a sell point trigger. We also have another sell point here around the front. Then we have our sugar mill. We have our interactive point. We have our dump point. And we have our pallet spawn point. To some degree, I think this map is going to play bigger than it is because of having kind of just one way to get around to most anything. We have our Tailor over here to our left. Interactive point, dump point, and a pallet spawn point around the back. We have our dairy across the street from the Tailor. Interactive point, pallet and dump points around the back. With a grocery sell point located right here. Our sawmill. So we have our wood chip. We have our wood cell area. Wood cell trigger, our pallet spawn point, and our interactive icon is back here at the door. With respect to buildings where appropriate are using the new texturing technique, we are going to give the map a full point there as well. How accident prone is the traffic? Well, I would say fairly accident prone. We have our animal dealer and our buy point for lime. Now we have just two more points of interest. We have the chicken area, which I have already gone ahead and bought, as well as then the spinnery. Really well done. Kind of rock landscape, the water points. Map flows very well. So we have our spinnery, we have our pallet spawn point, dump point, and interactive point over here. And then the chicken coop. Remember, we have 61 chickens in the chicken coop as soon as we buy it. So we have our food dump. We have our egg spawn point, and we have our chicken area. 1,360 total chickens can be put in here, and we have 61 currently. And that is pretty much the entirety of this map. Now, with respect to player and interactive areas being clearly marked. I want to be maybe a little generous on this one because I think quite possibly the dairy did not have the pallet spawn point marked out with corner markers. But even though we're going to be a little generous and give this map a full point with respect to that, if you feel like you're a little bit more stubborn, then you could reduce that to 3/4 of a point. But that is going to give this map a score of 4.75 out of 5. If we did take a 1/4 point off, then it would be a 4.5 out of 5. Very respectable score nonetheless. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I think this is a pretty nice, kind of smallish European map. Fairly small fields. Very, very easy to use with small machinery. It's not going to take you a long time to harvest any of these fields. Good, casual, relaxing gameplay is, I think, what's going to be in store for just about anyone that is going to choose this map. And until next time, guys, happy farming.